What's up guys, today I explain you 25 most iconic best friends duos in anime. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe this channel, because we are close to hit the 1200 followers, and now have fun with the video. Sailor Moon and Sailor Venus are two of the most iconic anime characters. Hailing from the Sailor Moon series, the two are not just similar in looks, but personality as well. Throughout the story, they have shown that they care about each other, going as far as being ready to lay down their lives to protect the other person. Sailor Moon and Sailor Venus are also rather powerful. Individually, they can take down the biggest threats and complete all sorts of dangerous missions. When they team up, the effects are devastating, and even all the evil in the world dares not to challenge them. Silver's Rayleigh and Goldie. Roger met each other many years prior to the current timeline. Roger approached Rayleigh and made him an offer that he couldn't refuse. Ultimately, the two started the Roger Pirates. Roger became the captain, and Rayleigh was his right-hand man. However, they did not let the labels stop them from being friends. They shared the occasional drink, and they talked about their lives. Rayleigh and Roger stayed friends until the latter turned himself in willingly to the Marines to be executed by them. The bond between them is so strong that Rayleigh still reminisces about his time with Roger. Giorno Giovanna and Bruno Bucciarati did not have the best of starts to their friendship. They were not too fond of each other, and they nearly killed each other when they met for the first time. However, the two eventually struck a connection and ended up becoming close friends. In a way, Bruno and Giorno pushed each other to become better fighters. Despite being so close, they maintained their individuality, ensuring that things didn't become too boring. Unfortunately, their friendship was cut short by Diavolo, who killed Bruno in battle. Even after his death, Bruno's spirit remained with Giorno, which helped the latter to push on and beat Diavolo. It is safe to say that Giorno would have never accomplished his dream with Bruno. Boruto and Kawaki aren't exactly two peas in a pod, but they have a good dynamic in the first part of the manga. The two had very different upbringings. Boruto was coddled by his parents and treated well by the villagers, as he was the Hokage's son. Kawaki, on the other hand, was physically abused by Jigen, as the latter wanted him to become the perfect vessel for the rebirth of his Shiki Otsutsuki. When Boruto and Kawaki met, they would always argue. Most of the time, it was due to a difference in opinions. With time, the two began to see each other's perspective and got along well. They even fought enemies together and kept a watchful eye on each other's backs. Despite having robust personalities, Power and Denji somehow managed to become good friends. Initially, they were always at each other's throats, but with time, their relationship matured. Denji and Power share many similarities, which act as the basis for their friendship. The two also have good coordination, which helps them fight against tough opponents without too many problems. The best thing about their friendship is that Denji and Power could be their real selves in front of one another. They didn't have to pretend to be someone else, which is important for any good friendship. When Chainsaw Man returns with new seasons, fans will get the opportunity to watch the duo in action. Even though Tanjiro and Nezuko are siblings, it is hard to ignore the bond that the two share. After losing almost his entire family, Tanjiro was left with only Nezuko, who had been turned into a demon. The rules would dictate that Tanjiro would be killed by Nezuko, and the latter would meet her end at the hands of a demon slayer. But the two were so attached to each other that they managed to overcome this hurdle. Tanjiro managed to stop Nezuko from consuming human flesh like ordinary demons. In order to protect her from the sun, he started carrying her in a large box on his back. They overcame many adversities by trusting themselves and risking their lives to keep each other safe. By the end of the series, the two become extremely powerful as well. Jesse and James make up two-thirds of the iconic Team Rocket that fans grew up with and adore. Jesse and James constantly appear in episodes in hopes of nabbing Ash's Pikachu and whatever valuable Pokemon may be available. Unfortunately for them, they almost never manage to achieve their goals. In almost every episode, the iconic duo entertains the audience with their antics. They come up with new methods, which inevitably fail. Despite their inability to win, Jesse and James do not give up. Often, when one of them is feeling down, the other tries to cheer them up. This particular quality makes Jesse and James one of the better anime duos. When Einar met Thorfinn, he would have never thought that he would become friends with such a person. Einar and Thorfinn lived completely different lives before they ended up on the same farm. Thorfinn was a fearless warrior who mowed down anyone who stood in his path. On the other hand, Einar was a farmer who loved his family. What makes their friendship beautiful is that they managed to cast their past aside. Einar helped Thorfinn deal with the troubles of his past. Eventually, they started working together and managed to secure their freedom from Kettle. Kamina and Simon are two of the most well-known characters in the anime community. They knew each other for the majority of their lives. Kamina was an energetic individual who was not afraid to take risks. Simon was the total opposite. He was timid and often tried to stop Kamina from being reckless. The two characters balanced each other nicely. Whenever Simon was feeling down, Kamina would give him words of encouragement. It wouldn't be an overstatement to say that Kamina played a very crucial role in shaping Simon's character. As the story progressed, Kamina's influence began to rub off on Simon, and the latter managed to become a strong and capable individual. Itadori and Todo managed to strike up a friendship in the unlikeliest of situations. The two were supposed to be on opposing sides, but Todo saw potential in Itadori and labeled him as his best friend. Initially, Itadori was hesitant and didn't want anything to do with Todo. However, the senior Jujutsu sorcerer's persistence paid off, and Itadori caved in. The two of them even joined hands to fight Hanamai, one of the special grade curses. Itadori and Todo's friendship also provided fans with plenty of laughter and drama, giving the series a much-needed jovial mood. The duo of King and Saitama is quite different from the usual ones found in anime. For starters, one of them has very little power, while the other has copious amounts of it. King thrived off Saitama's accomplishments, and he came to be known as the strongest man alive, but it didn't seem to bother the caped bald hero. The two bonded over their love for video games. Saitama was thoroughly impressed by King's ability to beat him so easily at video games. This common interest helped the two become good friends. Since then, they have helped each other a lot. While Genos might be close to Saitama, the former doesn't know a lot about him. Meanwhile, King understands Saitama, and he knows that he has his faults. By the time the series ends, the duo of Saitama and King will have definitely become even more iconic. Johnny Joestar is the main protagonist of Steel Ball Run, and Gyro Zeppeli is his main aide. The two met at the very beginning of the series, and within a few chapters, the two became a duo. However, this was just the beginning of their friendship. The two of them inspired each other in ways that no one else could. In particular, Johnny was deeply influenced by Gyro and his ideologies. Johnny became more confident in his abilities and finally understood the importance of friendship. Johnny adored his friend to the point that he was willing to trust Funny Valentine to bring him back to life. Kamen and Nikaido are two of the main characters from Dorohedoro. The two live in the hole where Nikaido has her own shop. Kamen is a man of mystery as he does not know anything about his past. Due to an unfortunate incident, Kamen's head was turned into that of a lizard. The two have great fighting synergy as they have managed to take down numerous magicians. Together, Kamen and Nikaido killed many magic users to find more clues about the former's condition. They care about each other in their own special ways. The two of them are the main characters of Golden Kamui. After finding out that there is a treasure hidden, Sugimoto decided to search for it, and he nearly died, but luckily a Serpa managed to rescue him from the clutches of death. Once a Serpa came to know about the hidden gold, she decides to help Sugimoto find it. The two of them come across many dangers, but they always have each other's backs. As the story progresses, the bond between the two only continues to improve. Aisei was next in line to be crowned the King of Kin, but due to a clever plot from the enemies, Aisei had to wait for several years. He met Shin after his body double was murdered inside the castle. The two of them did not have the best of starts to their friendship, but as time went on, both of them helped each other to grow and become better humans. Aisei's trust in Shin reached new heights as the former entrusted him with the most important tasks. Eventually, Shin became Aisei's most loyal and trusted companion. Not many friendships compare to the companionship of Gon and Killua from Hunter x Hunter. The two met during the Hunter exams and immediately became good friends. Since then, the two have reached the status of pro hunters and faced my ordeals together. The two complement each other perfectly. Gon likes to charge headfirst in any situation, while Killua carefully analyzes the situation before taking action. Their difference in approaches has saved their lives on countless occasions. Since the other characters are older than the two, they are the only ones who understand each other's emotions. Naruto is a shonen series that focuses heavily on the friendship between two people. There are other things to concentrate on within the plot, but the central point of the series is the friendship between Naruto and Sasuke, two very different yet similar individuals. Sasuke left the village as he wanted to increase his power, and all the villagers gave up on him, everyone except Naruto. Naruto promised that he'd bring back Sasuke from the depths of darkness, and he did. Naruto taught Sasuke the importance of friendship and made him realize that there was more to life than he thought. They're not a duo, but they can't be left out when talking about anime friendships. The Straw Hat Pirates are like one big family. The crew has been together for a long time, traveling together to different islands as they try to accomplish their dreams. One Piece lays a lot of importance on friendship, and in several instances, the crew has shown that they are willing to go to any lengths to save one of their own. The crew is diverse, and they balance each other perfectly. Despite the different personalities in the crew, they have a strong sense of harmony. Death Note's L and Light might not be the best of friends, but they are definitely an iconic duo. Originally, they started out as arch enemies. After Light got his hands on the Death Note, he became a ruthless serial killer, and L was assigned to catch him. However, following an unforeseen chain of events, Light ended up without his memories and teamed up with L to catch Kira. The two intellectuals combined their intelligence on multiple occasions, and it was easy to figure out that they developed a special bond in a short time. The duo from Gintama has been responsible for plenty of side-splitting acts. Jintoki and Katsura were trained by the same teacher, but they ended up walking down different paths. However, they have one thing in common, which is their deep admiration for each other. The two have popped up on various occasions throughout the series to save each other from possible danger. The Seven Deadly Sins manga came to an end in March 2020, but the anime is still ongoing. The series has produced many outstanding partnerships, but none of them are as brilliant as the companionship between Ban and Meliodas. Meliodas shares a special bond with Ban. The latter reciprocates the feeling. The two of them understand each other perfectly, and most of the time they are on the same wavelength. They have demonstrated their strength as a duo against some of the strongest characters in the series. As a victim of a horrid past, Berserk's Guts was never interested in making friends. He only cared about getting stronger. After Gambino's betrayal, Guts never trusted anyone else, and it only changed when he met the band of Hawk. His happiness was cut short by Griffith's betrayal, which resulted in the death of almost the entire mercenary group. Guts met Puck in a pub, where he unknowingly saved the fairy's life. Despite Guts' rude behavior, Puck decided to stick with the swordsman, and together they traveled to many different places. In a way, Puck helped Guts to recover from his trauma. Almost every JoJo's Bizarre Adventure part has an iconic duo, but none more so than the duo of Joseph Joestar and Caesar Zeppeli. The first meeting between the two didn't go as planned, as the two ended up having a brief tussle and initially started on less than friendly terms. Edward and Alphonse Elric of Fullmetal Alchemist are a very rare case in anime of siblings being the best of friends. Often, anime displays friendships beginning with strangers who bump into each other in one way or another. However, the same does not apply to Edward and Alphonse Elric. These siblings have been through a lot together, and their unwavering love for each other has helped them pull through it all. The brothers shared both pain and joy together, which made their bond even stronger. Not many characters can boast of having a bigger fanbase than Pikachu and Ash. The two have stuck with each through thick and thin. Despite a shocking start, Pikachu and Ash have become the best of friends over the years they've traveled together. On their journeys together, Pikachu and Ash have collectively won countless battles and lost a few as well. To this day, fans hope that the duo will remain together for the foreseeable future.